Alright guys, picking up where we left off, we have a green balloon with the floating animation. It also has the pop animation. And when we play our game right now, when you put your mouse over the top of the balloon, it says true, that you may pop it. And if your mouse leaves the balloon, it will say false, you cannot pop it. Let's take a look at our code and see how this works. I'm going to the green balloon scene again. And I'm going to check out the code here. This says, if we read the comments that we have earlier, it says we're creating a variable called popper and we put nothing in it. Whenever the function first runs, whenever the balloon is first created, this function will run and it will turn on the float animation. This function here only runs when the mouse enters the balloon, our area that we created. And once it goes into the area, it will turn popper to true. We used this line of code to verify that. I'm going to now comment that out because I don't need to see that right this second. This function runs whenever the mouse exits the area and it makes popper false. Then we use this print statement to verify that that actually happened. And I'm going to comment that out. And here we go. Let's try and actually pop and or destroy this balloon. I want to see this balloon go away. I want to pop it. Let's do it the simplest way possible, and let's just put it where our mouse destroys it. So let's use Q free, and this will destroy the balloon. Cool. Let's try it. So now we know that it printed last time. Let's run this game and see if we put our mouse on top of it, will this destroy our balloon? Yes, balloon gone. Alright, well, we don't want to just destroy it with putting our mouse over it, but we do know that we can destroy it with this code here. We want to destroy it whenever we click the balloon. Okay, so let's say if popper is equal to true, and if input, I think it's dot is action just pressed, and then we want to use the pop action is pop pressed. Then if pop is pressed, we want to destroy the balloon. This code here makes absolute sense. So let's put our comments in. This says is popper true? And then this one says, did we click the pop button? Okay, so we have a couple things we need to set up here. This part's good, but we did not set up a actual pop button. We need to make a pop button. I may have it, but you don't have it yet. Let's make one. So this says if the person pushes the pop button. Did we push the pop button? Go to project up here in the top left, click on project settings, go to input map. These are all the actions that you can do, and we want to create our own action. I'm going to delete mine so I can show you how to do it. So up here at the top you have the word action, and I want to create an action. I'm going to create the pop action, add. Down at the very bottom now you have this new action that you created, pop. If you hit the plus sign at the far right, it will give you an option of inputs that you can use to activate this. It can be a key. It can be a joy button like on a controller. It can be an axis like a stick, a control stick, or it can be the mouse. I'm going to use the mouse. Device 0 means your first mouse. The left button is just the left button. If you wanted to make it space, you could just, I'm going to do that too. I'm going to do key, press a key, I'm going to push the space bar, and now space or left click will pop my balloon if I meet all the criterias. Well, it will do the pop action. Okay, so now that we set that up, this says, is popper true? Did we push the pop button? And if we did all of that, destroy this balloon. Alright, time to destroy this bad boy. Let's run our game. We have our balloon. It's not getting destroyed. Well, I think if you can... Oh, I got it. I did destroy it. What is happening? Why did that balloon get destroyed when I spammed clicked it and when I just kept clicking? Let me show you. Number 5 says activates when the object is first created. Okay, so when it's first created, it says play the float animation. Okay, that makes sense. How many times does this run? It only runs once. It only runs one time when it's first created. Alright, let's go to this. Whenever your mouse enters the area, we want to play this stuff. Set popper to true, check and see if we were in there, did we click, and destroy it. But it only does it one time. It doesn't continuously check and see is the person clicking the button. It doesn't do that. So I can only pop this balloon as soon as my mouse breaches the threshold of that area. So I can only click on it at a very specific time. That's not going to work. We need to be able to put our mouse in there and then click without having to do it at an exact moment. The same thing works with this. This function only fires one time when the mouse leaves. We need a function that can fire every single frame of the game. That's going to be the physics process. I don't know, maybe process delta would work too. Let's try this out. Let's see if this works. I'm gonna do print and let's do frame. Let's just make it say frame. Let's run our game and see if this prints out. How often does this print out? I want to see. Here's our output, and this process is running every single frame of our game. Okay, so now what we want to do is put our newly created popping mechanism and put it inside of this process that checks it every single frame of the game. So I'm going to take this whole line here, and I'm just going to dump it right there. And it's really important to check your spacing on this stuff. Python uses tabs to decide what action plays when and what's a part of what. Okay, so right here, every single frame, let's make a comment. This function runs every frame. Okay, so every single frame, it's going to check, is popper true? If popper is true, it's going to say, did we push the pop button? And if we did push the pop button, it is going to destroy the balloon. Boom, good. Let's try it. So I am going to put my mouse inside of there and click. Worked. No muss, no fuss. Cool. And hopefully you guys just learned about how these functions fire. And I'm going to do one more video, I think, because I'm probably running out of time. that will show you how to make the balloon actually animate when you click it. So I'll see you guys in the next video.